Hey guys, welcome back to the Magfed Ranch Paintball channel. And today I'm going to be talking about normal paintball masks, goggles, and why they're not Magfed worthy. But before we get into it guys, subscribe to the channel, smash that like button, share, and comment. Okay guys, so when it comes to Magfed paintball, your goggles that you choose is going to be very important. And the reason for that is of course you want to be able to use whatever optic you're planning for your, Magfed marker build, okay? We've talked about it in other videos already, guys, about how the riser is super important and how, you need the correct height to be able to, get the actual sight picture and your eye, the line of sight, lined up with your head so that way you can actually see. And one of the components, one of the factors that's going to lead you to a successful, outcome as far as being able to get a good sight picture is your goggles, okay? Now, this is kind of just your standard, just generic, affordable goggles, guys. I think this is a JT. I don't know what the brand, the model is called, but it's just kind of just your stereotypical, mask that you can find at any field rental or anything like that. Probably it's, around 50, 60 bucks for these goggles. And why it's not going to work, I'm going to try it on and tell you guys and test fit it for you guys here. But it's because of the way our Magfed markers, the cheek weld on the buttstock of the air tank is not the same as like a real steel AR. Of course, as the air tank's a lot thicker, that forces, of course, the buttstock to be bigger. And now that, of course, forces our cheek to sit up higher onto that buttstock, okay? You add into the fact that all these kind of standard, goggles, as big as, the protection, right, compared to this Push Unite goggles, which I'm going to test fit afterwards for you guys, you notice how the coverage seems a lot more on this goggle. So you're like, hey, for beginning players and for people that just getting into paintball, you're like, oh, I want the most protection I can have because I'm getting scared of getting shot, and I'm getting scared of getting hit in the face or in the neck. But the problem with that is that it's not going to allow you to work with your marker. So let me demonstrate, okay? So let me get these on. First and foremost, too, guys, real quick, I'm going to try to shout because obviously these goggles are going to prevent me from, maybe hearing through my goggles. But these goggles are pretty uncomfortable to begin with as well compared to the nicer goggles, okay? So yeah, so first off, they're just, it's definitely more uncomfortable. On a long day of gameplay, you're going to freaking be sweating in these. It's going to feel kind of like uncomfortable after a little while. There's not a whole lot of padding in here, so it's going to start kind of just, like I said, just not be very comfortable after a long day of gameplay. Also, it's probably going to fog up because typically these more affordable goggles, the lenses aren't going to be the dual lenses. And even if they were, guys, like I said, it's just, it's just not that comfortable of a goggles to wear, okay? Now, coming to the key important part. For example, here we have a crossbow scope on this SDMR Magfed marker of ours. I'm going to try to see if I can get my eyes lined up. Turn the reticle on here. And I can kind of get it, guys. But, like I said, once again, the cheek, the face protection is causing my this portion right here to get pushed up. And so one, it's freaking uncomfortable because it's not lining up. And two, now it's getting in the way of my reticle and my sight. And so like now it's like blocking the reticle, blocking the tube. So you're not getting a good sight picture. And the reason for that, guys, too, is a lot of these, more affordable, just your standard paintball goggles, this cheek portion right here is not very flexible. It's really stiff, okay? Let's try a red dot for comparison. So here we have our MR18 Mod O marker with the Mark Suppressor 2, guys. This thing is really sick. Check out a review I'll be posting shortly about this marker. But let me see if I can line up the red dot. And same thing, guys, because of the cheek weld and just the way like I said, the air tank and the goggles forces the goggle to get pushed upwards, you just can't get a good sight picture on the red dot. And so it's just not very comfortable, and you just can't get it to line up properly. Let's take this, take that piece of off, okay? So by comparison though, a goggle that's going to be, although, not designed specifically for Magfed paintball, but obviously just through trial and error, people that play Magfed, myself, guys, I'll continue giving you guys, more reviews of goggles that I recommend with Magfed. But because, as you can see here, the Push Unite goggles are a lot more flexible right there. And guys, just off the bat, I mean, this goggle is just so much more comfortable, way more fitting, definitely more padding. It just fits a lot nicer. You can see it just conforms to my face a lot better. Plus it looks badass, okay? So just, like I said, aesthetics, form, function, it just fits a lot better, feels a lot better. I could see a lot better out of it too. So as I always tell you guys, don't cheapen out on your products. Better to cry once than cry multiple times, right? But here comes the important part, okay? So, bam. Right in line with my sight. I can see it, no problem. It's not blocking my field of view. It's not obstructing the tube at all. Pretty much my head just comes down, or you lift the marker up and it meets the cheek weld together, and bam, I can see the reticle, no problem. I don't have to cant it. Perfect line of sight for the crossbow scopes, okay? Let's try the red dot next. Same thing, just drop right into place. You can see here that you can it just fits right in, it pushes right in, no problem. Keep both eyes open. I can see that red dot sight, no problem. It's not blocking, not pushing my goggles up, so now my goggles aren't, being pushed up and being uncomfortable. It's sitting naturally. My head is up, so I'm not having to kink over like this, right, guys? Okay. That's why just having the combination of right components that work together is so important, guys. So continue obviously checking out my channel, and I'll continue giving you guys components that work well together. But it's very, very important when it comes to your optics that you combine it with the correct riser and, of course, the correct goggle systems. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for checking out my video on why normal paintball goggles, or ones that are too rigid on the face, are not Magfed worthy. So if you like the video, guys, subscribe to the channel, smash that like button. Peace.